we're in Westtown, and this neighborhood has been chugging along pretty great throughout the pandemic. What does Westtown say about the city market in general, city markets in general, urban markets nationally? Thad?
You know, I always thought it was ridiculous when we were talking a year ago about city flight and suburb growth and everyone's leaving the city. I thought that was a ridiculous narrative, because unless you believed that COVID was permanent forever, that was never going to happen. Because where we're sitting in this development, you got a Phil's Coffee at the corner, you've got great restaurants, retail, awesome transportation infrastructure, fabulous proximity to the lake, and close to your job. And I also think it's ridiculous that people are going to say they're going to work from home forever. I think that this fear of missing the office is going to come into play, and people are going to move back to the city. And those that can afford it, that can afford the type of home that they want, and many won't be able to now because the home they want has changed. It's now larger and it has a yard, especially if they have families. But for many people, if they can actually afford the housing that they want, still want to be close to their office, and also want everything that's going to explode this summer. The reemergence of restaurants, theater, sporting. I mean, I've been to Wrigley Field for 3 games so far, right when it opened with a small percentage, and since it's been full capacity, it's high energy. So people that want to be in that thriving, urban, evolving, progressive environment, they're going to do everything that they can to stay. And I do think luxury homes in the Gold Coast and River North that everyone poo-pooed, those are going to come back too.
Mike, what are your thoughts on it?
Listen, I've always been a believer that the city wasn't going anywhere. I think that people accelerated their decision to move out to the suburbs, being a suburbanite, so I understand the suburban dynamic a little better than Thad does. The suburbs have an attraction for some people, and those people decided to move out, and we saw a lot more moves. But what you're also seeing is you're seeing the whole millennial generation understand the value of housing now, understand the value of their home, and you've got a whole buyer pool coming in, and they don't want to be out in the suburbs. They want to be in the city where everything's happening. And I think you're going to see the empty nesters come back downtown too, because once your kids are out, the suburbs are great, but with the restaurants and the theater and all the things Thad referred to, all the great things about the city, when that vibrancy comes back, because it is definitely coming back strong, we're going to attract all those people back into the city. So we feel very, very good about the urban cores in general. Just like New York. Listen, New York's going to take longer because they were affected more. But the reality is New York City is New York City. Like, it's not going anywhere. And, you can move out to Greenwich or to Westchester or whatever, but you're not finding the restaurants, you're not finding the culture, you're not finding any of that stuff, and people are still going to move back. So we are very much believers of the urban core in Chicago and elsewhere.